Hi everyone, this is Erin
And Jackson.
coming to you, reporting on our third week on our travel sabbatical, our road trip across the United States. We are currently coming to you from
Savannah,
Georgia, and during our whole third week we were actually in Charleston,
South Carolina.
We're
Let's
learning
finish each other's sentences like that.
Okay.
I need to go to the...
Bathroom.
Yeah, see?
A restroom, because we're in the United
They
States.
don't have bathrooms here. Or washrooms.
Just restrooms.
Just rest.
You just go and rest, I guess. You just sit down for a little while.
Very little rest going on.
So a couple of our highlights from the trip this week are a helicopter ride. That was in Myrtle Beach. Oh yeah, I guess we were in Myrtle Beach and Charleston. We also did...
The aquarium?
Oh yeah, the Ripley's Aquarium. Saw some sharks. What else did we do?
We shopped at a outlet. No, outlets at like... We shopped for clothing, summer clothing.
Oh yeah, it's starting to get warmer. We did church. We've been going to the the Unitarian Universalist Church. We did that in Charleston and met a really cool couple who took us in for dinner, bean soup and pulled pork sandwiches.
Yeah.
And they were lovely. And we also
They lived on a bayou. They lived on a swamp.
It was gorgeous, right beside an old plantation. And we also met a wonderful guy from the church, Dimitri, who took us on a tour up to the very top of the church. So we climbed up some stairs and a ladder and went under the old parts of the church. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was neat.
So we're thankful for that. I met a bunch of cool people at that church. And walked around the old parts of Charleston. It was so beautiful. The colorful parts look, the same colors as Peggy's Cove. And all the historical parts of the city were just awesome. And Jackson, what are some things that you've been learning on this trip?
Like personally or like logistically?
Both.
Well, logistically, you're always going to need more water than you think. You're like, oh, I'll get this like 12 pack of water and it'll be fine. No, it's gone in like a day. Personally, I've struggled a lot on this trip with autonomy. I feel because we're traveling together, I've lost a lot of my autonomy. Normally I run a pretty tight schedule with filled with budget commitments, and now it's a conversation. It's just a continual conversation about what's happening.
That's true.
And it's had me perceive as though I don't have control over what's going on.
Right.
I'm just in a conversation, winning or losing or whatever it is. And that's unusual for me. I find that's something I've learned about myself and on this trip so far.
I think it's been the source of some of our challenge, is that both of us keep, in some ways the conversation is that the other one is making the decisions and somehow guiding where things are going, and then frustration comes from that.
Especially when you're driving,
Yeah.
and there's a GPS and one person telling you where to go, and the traffic, and you're just like, well, fine, I'm going to park in the middle of the highway then. I'm getting out.
So we've been learning a lot about ourselves. I've been learning a lot about patience as well, I think. I guess my base level of patience is not as generous as I thought it would be, so I'm learning that about myself and testing new things. I've reached out to family and friends for advice and wisdom on how we can, coexist in a really generative way. Because we went from living in almost separate cities basically most of the time to being in this van together. And we're on vacation, so there's a should that keeps popping up, which is it should be enjoyable, or it should be relaxing, or it should all of this, which makes it even trickier when we're not feeling those things, because it makes us feel like we're taking for granted this blessing that we have. So I think it's an opportunity to dissolve the shoulds and just take what comes, as it comes, and be generous with ourselves and with each other.
I like to say, sitting in the Forrest Gump Park in Savannah, life's like a box of chocolates. You never know. I can't remember the rest.
Bye guys, stay tuned for week 4.